Hi. Someone told me last time that my voice was very quiet on the video, so I'm hoping if I talk a little bit louder today, it will be easier for you to hear me. All the kids this week and probably next week and maybe even 3 weeks, we'll see, have the same vocabulary list right now. The reason for it is basically the kids are struggling with math assignments because they don't have the language to read the problems. That's one reason. And then the other reason is they needed kind of a common list that we can practice our different assignments, I guess. If we're going to be working on doing the spelling pyramids or the stair steps, the spelling words or the vocabulary pages, the kids seem really still not to understand my schedule, what my expectations are. So I really want to make sure that I've got it clear before I start giving consequences or whatever for not finishing the work on time. So I'm really going to be focused on that for the next 2 weeks maybe. So I wanted to go down the list really fast. Number one is add. It's a little tricky to see. This is my left hand because I'm right-handed. So my left hand goes out like this. My right hand is going to make a motion like I'm scooping something up and bringing it to the underside of the hand like this. So the sign, I've kind of got it in front of my face right now, but it's going to come up like this, add. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit. So we go add, add, add. Okay. Number two is subtract. Just to back up for a second, many of you are thinking, well, what about this for add? Well, that works too, but I want them to know the meaning of the word ADD is add, because it's not always focused on math. Sometimes add is something you're talking and you want to add one more bit of information, or so add, you can. Subtract, again, you're probably thinking subtract, but the way I want you to do it, here's my left hand. I'm going to do it on the palm of my hand here. And then I take this hand, and it's like I'm taking something away. Subtract. Subtract. That's another word that, yes, it means for math the same thing as minus. Okay? But really, we want them to know that you can subtract, during word problems, or when you're using language, you can talk about having something and taking it away, subtracting. Number three, more. Most of you know that word. It's called a flat O. Here's the full O and here's the flat O, and it just taps together more. Many of the kids, you'll notice as they're learning signs, they want to repeat the signs again and again and again and again. You really want to practice limiting it to the right number of repetitions. So more. You say more, or you can even say more. Sometimes you can tap it a few times like this. You can sign one more. So those are some thoughts for you. But if they go more, that's kind of the way a baby or someone very young would sign that. But for kids your age, you'll need to know that it's not really the appropriate way to sign it. You want clarity. Say more, not again. Okay? Number four, there's a couple different ways, but for the spelling test, we'll be signing the word less. Like there's this much, and then we reduce it down. My hands are like not open, but closed. And then I have one flat, and I show the amount in this hand coming down, reducing less. Sometimes you'll see the sign too, less really means more, less than. Okay. Altogether, that word is going to be a lot like add, but you're going to use both hands coming together. So it's kind of like you're summing everything up. Everything from above, everything from below, and it's all coming together, all together. Some of these words are really long, and it's okay if the kids don't get 100% on the test. I understand that all of the kids are different ages, different levels, so we'll just try the best we can. These are words that show up every day in the Saxon math curriculum. And I just want them to be exposed to it. I want them to have experience with the words and see what they can do. Maybe they'll be successful and surprise us. We'll try. Number 6 is sum. So I have my left hand, just a flat palm, and then the other hand comes onto it, almost like you're saying stop, but it draws across. Sum. So right now they're practicing problems where you have sum and then they get some more, or some and some went away. Number 7 is away. It's pretty easy. You have your hand, flat hand like this, it goes down and sweeps something away, out and away from you. For me, when I'm signing, it kind of goes to the right, my body to the right, away. Number 8 is time. So again, you just where a watch would be, it's an index, pointing finger, bend it and tap on your wrist, time. Number 9, date. Now, if you look in the dictionaries, you might see the sign date. It's more for girls and boys going out on a date, something more romantic together. Okay, a date. What you want to use for this word, date, is either you can spell date for the spelling test. We'll probably say date. Date. It's showing that it's related to the time. Date. Okay. Sometimes I've seen signs like a D for day and go across, but I think that's probably confusing for the kids. I would stick with date. Date, or in like normal life, not for the spelling test. You probably spell what is the date, or what is today, or what is the day. But not this. That's for like going out together on a date. Number 10 is even. So there's a couple different meanings for that word. Right now for math, I tend to spell it because we have odd numbers and we have even numbers. And it's such a short word, it's easy to spell even, E-V-E-N. But at the same time, I don't want the kids, it's really easy to confuse them with the sign even. Even means like if there are two teams and this team has 20, this team has 20, it's even. Even. Or I gave you 1 and I gave you 1, and it's the same sign you would use it for fair. It's even. But that concept, that sign can be a little bit confusing when you use it for math because it doesn't look like it's applying the same thing. Really, when we're talking about numbers, we're talking about counting by 2s. So, say even numbers 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. On the spelling test, I may prompt them that way. I may say, what do we call the numbers 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10? What do we call them? Okay. And then the other, number 11, is odd. And you could sign like odd, like strange, like something strange or weird, odd. But really the meaning is different. So again, for the spelling test, I might give them the prompt. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Those numbers are called what? Odd numbers. I would not spell it odd. So we'd probably say the prompt for the test would be, what do you call the numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9? What do you call them? And I might add the sign odd, just to give them some kind of additional support. See the sign additional? And the last one is equal, which you may notice is the same sign that I said we could use for even, because really, if you're using it that way, the concept is equals even. Okay? So you can see how that would be very confusing to use this for equal and then use this for even numbers too. Probably better to spell it in real life for the spelling test. Give an example. Sorry, I almost said 1, 3, 5. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, I think that's everything. I think that's all for now. Hope these videos are helpful. Please don't not call me if you have questions or if you want me to sign some more information for you. Okay.